everyone, it's Eleni, dietitian from Tree of Life Nutrition. I'm just bringing you today some of my top tips for staying on track during winter time. So my first tip would be to plan ahead. And winter meals make it super easy. We've got lots of beautiful casseroles that you can plan ahead of time. Lots of hearty soups using your beautiful legumes, either tinned or dried, is fantastic. You can roast lots of different vegetables, preferably the non-starchy veg, so opting for more like an eggplant, zucchini, pumpkin type roast is a fantastic way to prepare your meals for the week. And even doing some stewed apples, so just stewing them with some cinnamon, a little bit of honey, and enjoying them with some beautiful Greek yogurt is a great snack to have just prepared, ready to go in the fridge. My next tip is to enjoy low GI carbohydrates at your meals and also with your snacks. So snacks and carbohydrates that are low in glycemic index will help you to feel fuller for longer, and that will prevent you from, feeling hungry later on and eating down the track. It helps you feel more satisfied from your meal, and it's just really a healthier way to eat. So your breakfast meals starting with, some grainy bread or some like muesli, some nuts, seeds. That's like a really good way to start your day. Your snacks, making sure that there's like a grainy cracker or a piece of fruit, something like that to get you through to the next meal. And your lunches and dinners, including lots of ancient grains like your quinoa, your freekeh, your couscous, burley, bulgur, all that sort of stuff. Obviously your grainy bread, so your seeded sourdough is a fantastic one to have. And that's really going to help you to regulate your appetite levels throughout the day. So my third tip now is to eat mindfully. So thinking about checking in with yourself. Do I physically feel hungry, or is it another emotion that I'm feeling and maybe I should distract myself with something else? So pick a little activity that's going to be your distraction, and then when you feel that you do have those hunger cues, that's when you go and have a nice balanced snack, again including a low GI component and then a piece of protein. So it might be some yogurt and muesli or some cottage cheese with some grainy crackers, something like that. Now, my fourth tip is to stay hydrated. So in the cooler months, our hydration cues are not as in tune as they are in summertime. We don't feel as thirsty, but our body still needs just as much water. So sometimes when our body is thirsty, it gets confused with the hunger cues, and you can feel hungry when you're actually thirsty. So making sure that you're having 1.84 litres per day for women or 2 litres per day for men is super important to making sure that your hunger levels are being regulated appropriately. Now, my final tip is to keep moving. So it's very tempting to stay cuddled up in bed during winter time, but it's super important to get out there, get moving, and find an activity that you really enjoy doing. So it might be walking, it might be Pilates, whatever is something that you really enjoy. Don't give it up in the winter time and make it a priority. So those are my 5 tips for staying on track with your goals during winter time.